You're this perp back with another video, and I just got out of the theater and I just watched Christmas Bloody Christmas. This is a brand new Shudder original that is dropping on Friday, but I was glad to go see this in theaters because, Shudder, they put things out at a weird time. It had been too late for me, and I've got other videos to get to, so thank God I was able to get to a theater close to me to go see this. I was really anticipating this because it very much similar to like Violent Night as far as the whole focus being a Santa Claus, but in this case, this is an animatronic Santa Claus. So think of Violent Night meets Terminator, and this is what you get, kind of. So we're introduced to, well, before we get into that, I don't want to go into any real major spoilers for people that want to go check this out. I definitely feel like you should definitely go check this out on Shudder when it comes out, because I don't think it's playing in every theater. I had to go to a Cinemark of all places. So I like the beginning of this movie, how we see kind of these commercials being played and stuff like that. It kind of reminds me, I forget what the horror movie it was, but it was like, it came out in like 2013 or 2020 or something like that. I forget what it was called. It's like W something Halloween special. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. But anyways, then this one commercial comes up about this Robo Santa Claus Plus. I think that's what it's called, like Robo Santa Plus. And it's like this military grade looking Santa that was supposed to be sold as kids. I don't much really believe that, but just for the sake of the movie, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that kind of make me scratch my head a little bit as far as like the logic, but I take that kind of out of it. But then we get introduced to our main characters, Robbie and Tori. Tori being our main character, that we follow throughout the film. They work at this like record store. She's very big into music, very much into seems like heavy metal, grunge, that type of style. And and the other character, Robbie, has a thing, obviously, for Tori. And I just like how throughout this movie, well, at least the first half or first big chunk of this movie, is a lot of dialogue between them talking and kind of just warming up to one another, where Robbie's like, yo, he really cock blocks in this moment where Tori has this kind of Tinder date, and he pretty much convinces her not to go out with this guy and just hang out with him, I should say. And they, start to bond over drinks. And there's this blunt, though, that has lasted throughout the whole entire movie. That's just like a running joke throughout the whole entire movie, in my opinion, that like there's this blunt that they pass back and forth, but somehow this blunt is still like not even halfway gone. Like it's just a little funny, like attention to detail. And I really like these characters. They feel like people that you have probably met, or somebody you would run into if you were to go to one of these record shops. Like around my way, we used to have Tooms, so it definitely seems like somebody that would work at a place called Tooms. You know what I'm saying? And as that's going on, they stop by this toy store where Tori's friend is working, and she's about to get it in with her boyfriend. And that's rule number one if you've ever watched Scream, you know what I'm saying? Never have sex, you know what I'm saying? And I like that. And that's where things start to kind of kick off once you get to see this Santa, and it's told on the news what nobody really pays attention to. There's a bunch of Santa Clauses that are being recalled because they are going back to their factory settings, and they're just kind of really reckless at this time. But anyways, then we get to the action and everything, and shit starts to pop off. Now, I will say, I think they go a little OD with the snow. The snow effects, I feel like they could have been toned down a bit. I think there should have been like a trigger warning or something like that, because there's a lot of flashing lights, a lot of flashing lights, a lot of like things that could cause somebody that has epilepsy to kind of like, you know, freak out a little bit, whatever. I think they could have probably put that at the beginning of the movie just to let people know, because I like that aspect about this movie is the aesthetics. It's very bright. There's a lot of Christmas colors, fluorescent lights mixed with like neon and stuff. It's really dope. I think aesthetically it looks really cool. Even Santa Claus, where he has like, you probably seen in the trailer where he has kind of like these like green light things, whatever, laser eyes. It's really cool, bro. I think Santa Claus is pretty dope. My only gripe with this movie, I would say, is just the overabundance of the use of snow. I know it's a little nitpick, and I wanted kind of more gore out of this movie. I understand that this is a low budget movie, but I was kind of like, man, we could have done something different with this kill. There's some cool moments where, you know, the Santa Claus bodies somebody and he just be ragdolling and tossing the body just around and stuff, and it's really cool. I just feel like when you get to that first kill, you're just like, it's like a POV kill, and I feel like they could have really made that much clearer or did something more effective. There's a lot of things that it's not shot as clean, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's really hard to see over the snow at times when they're outside. But like I said, it's an entertaining movie from start to finish. You know, you will be invested with these characters. I think people will really like Tori. I think she is definitely the standout, and her trying to just get away from this crazy, out of control mechanical Santa. And I will be so down for a sequel, because, you know, they kind of alluded to that there might be other Santa Clauses out there. We can kind of get a completely new story, you know what I'm saying? Or we could probably continue Tori's whole journey or her whole storyline and whatnot. That would be interesting, because I think she didn't annoy me at all. She felt very believable. That's the best way I could kind of phrase it, is a lot of the characters felt believable. Some of the law enforcement was a little extra at moments. You know, I'm not going to spoil what moment that is, but thought that this was an okay movie. Just the kills aside, because I was expecting a little bit more blood, you know, a little bit more gore. It's a little lackluster for my taste. But definitely go check this out on the Shudder. You might really enjoy it. The soundtrack is dope. The sound design is really cool. Things that you're going to like about this movie, there's things that are going to make you like, that could have been done better. But overall, let me know how you guys feel about this movie if you get around to seeing it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.